back to the nightly struggle. So, what I want to talk about today is body language. So, this is something that in a day-to-day routine, body language and nonverbal communication, more specifically, can dictate the outcome of a conversation. It can dictate how a sales call goes. It can dictate how different interactions with different people actually end up. It's a very interesting conversation or a very interesting topic that I've been studying for quite a while. So, last video I talked about a little bit of my experience, right? About 13 years old, I started building websites. Kept building websites until I was about 18 when I started working through school. But one of the things that I didn't mention is that through school, the full-time job that I had, I also played poker. So I played poker pretty much full-time. What I would do is I would go through school, and on the weekends, I would actually be done school by usually roughly 4 o'clock or so in the afternoon. I'd set my courses up so I could come home, I could do my homework, and I could be done around 6. The reason for that is that I'd go to bed at 6 o'clock. I'd sleep until about midnight. I would wake up, I would shower, I would shave, and I'd go to the poker room for 1 o'clock in the morning. Reason for that is that the poker room is open 24 hours a day, and the casino closes at 3 o'clock in the morning. That gives me 2 hours from the time I got there to sit down at the table, figure out who the other regulars are, sit down or figure out who the amateur players are that are decent but maybe a little bit weak, and then see the people at 3 o'clock come in who are the gambling people from the casino that are drunk, they're winning some money, they don't want to go home. Those are the people I wanted to be there for. And ultimately, what it all came down to was being able to read the body language of these people who didn't understand the nonverbals they were giving off and what that meant to me as a poker player. So what I want to do is I'm going to start a new series every day where it'll be in between my other nightly struggle topics. And what I'm going to be talking about is body language. I'm going to go over different points of the body, different things to look at, different things to consider when you're having conversations, when you're in negotiations with people, or through day-to-day life. I'll give you a little bit of a warning. It is potentially crazy. Like, potentially it'll drive you crazy. Because if you could really pay attention to what people are doing non-verbally, you can read into some situations. But you have to be careful because you can't read into situations that may or may not be true. So I'll give you an example. The most honest part of your body, most people think it's their face. It's not. The most honest part of your body are your feet. At the poker table, for this example, if I were to be playing with somebody and they put in a big raise and their feet are bouncing, right? So they're doing the happy foot dance. It's like a little kid who's going somewhere who's really excited. That usually indicates excitement, which usually goes along with having a fairly strong hand or having some kind of strong holding. They're excited for a call. They're excited for the hand to continue. Alternative to that, if I look down and I was playing with a person to my left or my right immediately, and I see their feet, they put in a big raise, and they wrap their legs around their table or wrap their legs around their chair legs, usually that's a restrictive kind of tense point that I could look into as being weak, right? Or being in a point of stress that they're trying to pacify their body somehow by keeping their upper body neutral, because that's what everyone can see, but they're reacting with their feet. So their feet are actually the most honest part of the body. It's cost me money in the past because I've read into things on situations with people that I didn't know that well, people that came in at 3 o'clock in the morning who I'm making a light call based on a reaction I see on a body language tell, which has cost me money before. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm going to be talking about body language. I'm going to be talking about different things with your neck, how women react when they're threatened, how people react when they want to leave a conversation, how you can actually see different things that can dictate or can help you guide you through a conversation or guide you through an interaction with somebody. And I think it's something that could really help out and something that can really find some value to a lot of people. So I'll be doing this series once every couple days or so, maybe once every day, depending on the demand for it. and hopefully you guys can find some really interesting value through it. So we'll keep evolving the set here. I might change the lighting a little bit depending on what it looks like. But for now, I mean, just keep joining me, and I really appreciate all the comments that I get and all the feedback that I'm receiving. So thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you later.